patience, maybe, which is something I'm consistently trying to learn. But I don't always struggle with that when I'm traveling, because I go into it with a sense of learning and a sense of being somewhere, I'm somewhere that I'm not usually. And so I'm already always slightly out of my comfort zone trying to learn about where I am. But I never consider having to relearn patience for the most average things that I deal with at home. And I think that that is something that I took away from this retreat. And I also feel like on this retreat, more so than any others, when it started, I was like, wow, this is such a diverse group of people. And not that I didn't think it was gonna work, but I didn't know how it was gonna work, but it did. And I think a big takeaway for me is how different people can get along so well in the strangest ways too. Yeah, that was a big takeaway for me, is seeing how everybody somehow managed to mesh with each other. And I think that's really cool. For me, during this retreat, community was expressed when we were in any kind of situation where, a decision had to be made, and maybe it was some people weren't always agreeing, and that's when I think community is expressed. Not when everybody immediately works together, but when people disagree at first but can then work together so everybody is comfortable with the decision. And I think that's what really expresses community, is when you make it work, not when it just works on its own, because that's just not how life is. And that's not how community is. So I think that's a true test of a good community, is when you can fix a problem. My fourth retreat. So the difference from other retreats, gosh, I actually spoke about this just earlier today, I think, that it was really different being in a first world country. In comparison to where I've been previously, it's so different in ways where I could relate it very much to the States where I'm from. But it's also in a great deal of poverty, and it's insanely different in that sense. But the similarities and the differences are so slight in some ways and so drastic in others that it was definitely a real difference for me, because on the other retreats I was able to say, like, all right, this is different, this is different, this is different. It's nothing like where I'm from. So for me to be able to connect things is what differed for me, honestly.